So the way spells work, they start out at level 1. And at level 1, they cost 1 MP to cast. As you use the spell, it'll level up, and then it'll get to level 2, it'll cost 2 MP to cast. Level 3, it'll cost 3 MP to cast, and so on and so forth. It goes up to like level 16. Each level it goes up, it costs a little bit more, but it also is stronger. And in fact, every couple levels it actually changes the animation and everything. It's kind of cool. So speaking of which, here's fire. Also, if you can target all with all the spells too. You don't have to have a special. It's not like fire is single target and fear is multi-target like in Final Fantasy 1. You can target the whole group if you want to. And in fact, I'm going to do that because this way she won't just one-shot one of them right now. And it means we'll take more attacks to finish them off, and they'll get to attack us a little bit more because they actually want them to attack us, because that's how we're going to get better at our defenses and our HP. Never mind, she's a beast, and she just about killed all 3 of them in one cast. And we want her to just spam those spells out. We want her to use up all of her MP, because that's how we're going to get more MP. Considering that doing this killed everything, I'm just going to have her attack 1. Because I don't want her to kill all of them. I want everyone else to get turns, and I want the monsters to attack. But it's nice to know how strong her magic is, right? As Gardna and Bleshu get stronger with their sword and spear skills, they'll start getting extra attacks. Their skill level in the weapon determines when they get like multiple attacks and stuff. So there, Bleshu's skill level increased. His shield level increased. I think her fire level increased? Not yet, but I think her magic might have gone up. So we're already starting to see some gains. I want to come in here and let's put message speed on fast and cursor on memory, because it's going to help us just do things a little faster. Okay. The world map looks nice and crisp, huh? I love the PSP versions of the Final Fantasy games. Final Fantasy 4 looks so good on the PSP. Not even kidding. That. Boom. Alright, 9 gil. And we're just gonna grind here for just a little bit. We're gonna get a couple skill levels in. Another thing, the way that memory doesn't go between fights, it looks like. The way that ends work in this game. Gardner's Lush Sword, okay, shields, great. The way that ends work in this game is that they don't have a set price like they do in Final Fantasy 1. Instead, the cost of the inn is determined by how much HP and MP that you have to heal. So you actually can lower the price of the inn a lot of times by casting cures to cure everybody to full before you go to rest, so that you're only really refilling the MP. Yeah, we're gonna have to head up north and get some stronger enemies. But we're getting some stat bumps here. I'm gonna wait until her MP and peters out, and then we'll go heal up her MP, and then we'll head to the next town. She only had 10 MP, so she can only cast fire a max of 10 times. And that's assuming that it doesn't level up and then it starts costing 2. I also want to get her the other black magic spells. So in this game, there is a... this is the first game with Ultima in it, as in the actual spell Ultima. And the way Ultima works in this game is that it's... the power of Ultima, I believe, is determined by how many spells that character knows and what level those spells are. So if you have like a full spell book of like level 16 spells, then Ultima's like really, really powerful. So her fire is now level 2. It costs 2 MP to cast it now. And it does 41 damage already. Already getting those upgrades. Alright, so this is gonna be the last time she can cast fire. And then we'll head into the inn, we'll heal up, we'll come out, we'll save, we'll head up to the first town. I mean the second town. Already got 2 hits on those spears. All kinds of increases. And I saw an MP increase there too. That's good. All right. We'll come in here. Before we go in the inn, let's heal everybody up. Even casting a spell from the menu still levels it a little bit. So we only had to play 17 gil to heal up because we're only refilling our MP. Spear, just call you Brittany. Pretty sure there's some awesome spears later in the game. I don't know where they are, but we'll track them down. Money wise, we've got 400. Okay, let's go see if we can buy her some more black magic. And we got enough for one more cure gem too. We can get our first save. We kind of like set our roles in, right? So like we got a sword guy, a spear guy, and a black magic girl, right? We're gonna try and stick with that. So instead of casting, like, I'm gonna cast fire because we're not that far away from that next town over, and I just want to use up our MP real fast. But we're gonna want to level up the other spells too. The thing you're fighting factor into your gains, or just the number of uses and getting hit. Well, the stronger the enemy, the more damage they'll do to you, and the more damage you'll have to do to kill them and stuff. So you'll end up getting more experience from stronger enemies. But I don't know if their level actually factors into it. Just the fact that like you'll have to hit them more, and they'll take more HP off of you and stuff like that. I'm not entirely sure of all the mechanics of the algorithm. So far, Garden is the only one who's actually gotten HP gains. Oh, actually, everybody just got HP gains. Cool. Let's use up the rest of our MP and then we'll head to this little area. So we can see the town that we started out in just across the water up there. And we don't have to cross the water in a canoe to get there. We can walk around the water. To the east is the place that you need a canoe to get across the water to. Fire increased again. Cool. The faster we can drain her MP, the faster she'll work on getting more MP. So to a certain extent, I just kind of want to level one spell for a little bit. Alright, one more fight will drain the rest of her MP off. She's already doing like 100 damage with that fire spell. I don't think poison persists after battle in this game. Okay. Spears, shields, magic all going up. Go ahead and stay at the end here. Before we do, Alright, so in this town, looks like they have the same items for sale at the item store. They got some better armor, but we're not actually wearing armor at the moment. There's a pub just on the outskirts of Finn. When the Empire invaded, the barkeep didn't make it out in time. They say he's still working there, pouring drinks for the Imperials. Good information. That's where we're gonna go when we get to Finn. That pub. This is Gotcha. Finn's just over there across the lake. Like I said. A new weapon shop. It's the same javelin and broadsword we're already using, so nothing there new that we care about. And so we could be dual wielding to increase our damage and level up the weapons faster, but it would also mean we're not working on our shields and our evasion. Actually, since I'm not sure, we might be going a little bit longer this time. I'm going to switch to the level 1 spells so she has a little more staying power. You can see the airships going by on the world map. That's kind of cool. Alright, so this is the occupied town of Finn. It says this, he doesn't actually make it inside. Yeah, it increases. Okay. It's just as we've heard, the city's crawling with Imperial soldiers. We have to be careful to make sure not to get too close. By not get too close, it means don't talk to them. If you talk to them, they'll start a fight with you and they will kick your ass. You can't actually get into any of these shops right yet because the town's occupied. And there's even monsters inside the town. I'm in kind of like a weird space with this game where like sometimes, like in another version of Final Fantasy, I would not have healed her there because I know she wasn't going to die this fight. I would have just killed another monster, ended the fight earlier, saved us getting extra hits, and healed her after out of combat. But in this one, I kind of want to do it in combat, and I kind of want to take extra hits so, because it'll help me level more. So it's sort of this weird situation where you kind of don't want to be super optimized about it. Whoa, where do you think you're going? Customers aren't allowed behind the counter. The Imperials are as ill-bred as they come. And I'm like, dude, Wild Rose. Oh, you're with the rebels. We'll find a secret door in this wall. There's a wounded soldier back there. Go see if you can help him. What am I gonna do? I've had it with this place. You guys can take it from here. Don't let us down. You just walk through here into the secret passage where we can steal all kinds of items. 3 potions. Are you going to turn me over to the Empire? At least have the decency to kill me first. I don't want them to take me alive. So, dude, Wild Rose. So you're rebel soldiers, are you? My name is Scott. I'm a prince of Kashuan. It's like, oh my god, it's Gordon's brother that he thought was dead. You know, the cowardly prince? This is his brother. Prince Scott, we were told you fell in battle. Thank goodness you're still alive. I am, but not for much longer. I'm afraid I must ask a favor of you. There's something you must tell my brother Gordon. Tell him I know he has great strength. He must learn to have more faith in himself. I also have a message for the king. Tell him the reason Finn fell so quickly is that Count Borgin betrayed us. He's been made a general in the Imperial Army. There's one more thing. Tell Hilda I love her. No, don't deliver that last message. The confessions of a dying man, they would only bring her pain. My brother, Minos. Have you heard of him? I'm sorry, but I've not. I wish I could be of more help. Man, where could Minos be, guys? Here, I want you to take my ring. What are you doing out of bed? I'm sure it will be of use. Maybe it's all this talking, but I'm growing extremely tired. Just excuse me, I just need to rest, just for a little while. Dead. Let's all bow our heads for a second, and we're good. Okay. We got Scott's ring! It's like, he died, but we gave it a second, so now yay! Alright. So Scott actually is dead now, but we have some messages from him for Gordon and the king and the princess, although we're not supposed to deliver that last one. But we gotta go back to Altair to deliver all that. Yeah, just take it back to the healing spring. Much like Phoenix Downs, the healing spring is for non-plot deaths. In Final Fantasy, if you die as part of the plot, you are immune to healing springs and Phoenix Downs. There's also the whole, like, Phoenix Downs don't actually cure death, they cure unconsciousness, right? Healing springs are probably the same way. Like, our characters are playing casual mode, but Scott was playing with permadeath turned on, you know? There's some kind of weird, like, CSS glitch going on where, like, my streaming dashboard is like everything is just up just a little bit too high where it like blocks all the numbers. I don't know what's going on with that. S, HP, MP, stamina, yes! Mildred, the god. You see how Fire Level 3 has a different animation than Fire 1 did. I think it's like every odd level for a little bit. Like the animation gets a little better each time. Something like that. No, just lagging behind on that HP. Okay. Go and stay at the end. I love the airships going by on the world map. It's so cool. Alright. Yes! Yes, hit me! Give me more... What are you running away for? Oh! Running away, eh? Yeah, bastards! Like my general leveling strategy right now is that I'm just like draining all my MP before each visit to town. That's all. That's as far as I'm gonna go right now. You know. Just keep using fire to drain her MP as fast as possible so that I can work on leveling it up. Because you know when we get to our first dungeon, we're not gonna want to run out of MP going through the dungeon. So. We need to try and extend her magic supply there, because once she runs out of MP, she's pretty much useless because I gave her 2 shields. She just kind of stands there and like takes it. So it won't take long to use up all of this. And pretty soon we will have our first guest character filling that 4th slot. Who we will not use at all. So, when it comes to guest characters in this game, my typical strategy is just to try and not use them whatsoever. Because if I'm using them, I'm leveling up a character that, like, that doesn't matter. We're not going to get to keep them, you know? Any work that they do, any hits that they take, any attacks that they make, or attacks that my other characters could have made and gotten more XP with. So, like, I really don't want to use the guest characters if I can avoid it. That said, some of them are very strong. Minwoo's going to be joining the party when we go back into town here. And Minwoo has, like, damn near every white magic spell in the game and, like, leveled up pretty well, too. He's quite powerful. Ooh, level 4 black. Oh, no, level 4 fire. There's that MP increase. Right, this should be the last fight to drain her MP out. It's still the same animation, but when it hits level 5, I think it's going to change animations again. If I remember right, it's the odd numbers. Yeah, it's a good sign when the enemies are running away from you that you're probably strong enough, you know? So she is completely out of MP. Let's head on up here. Before we stay at the inn, go ahead and top off. Got over 1,000 gil already. Alright, let's go check on these people. See the princess first, I guess. Items, Scott's ring. That ring belonged to Scott. Is he alive? He gave us this ring in Finn just before he lost the last of his strength. Did he say anything? No, nothing. Highness, please, this ring belongs with you. No, keep it. It suits men of courage. You infiltrated Finn and returned to tell the tale. You've proven yourselves quite capable. It would seem I underestimated your strength. I would have you lend that strength to our cause. There is a magical metal known as mithril, and we need strong warriors if we are to obtain it. Learn that word. Tell me more about this mithril. We lost Finn because we were ill-equipped. The Empire fought with weapons and armor made of mithril. I have charged Joseph, a man living in Salamand, with the task of finding a source of mithril. I do not know the cause, but we've been out of contact with him for some time now. Would you go with Minwu to Salamand and look into this? Sure. I heard the lady's words, and I have waited here for you since. To reach Salamand, we must first pass through the port town of Paloon. Take my canoe, and let us be on our way. So Minwu comes with a canoe, which we'll be just, you know, stealing from him. Minwu is very powerful. Typically when people join your party in this game, they kind of join at whatever level they're supposed to join. It's not like based on your party's strength or anything. Minwu comes in, look at him. He has over 100 MP, 175 HP. So he's just trouncing us on those. And then he's got no like physical skills to speak of, but look at his magic. He's got level 7 cure, he's got level 7 barrier, protect, wall, silence, Asuna, Esuna, life, shell, dispel, sap, swap, teleport, fear, fog. Like, dude is stacked. And his magic stats, like our mage is Mildra. She has 17 intelligence, 10 spirit, 8 magic. He's got 40 magic and 48 spirit. He is a high level white wizard. And we are not going to use him because he's a crutch we don't need, and he's the kind of crutch that'll gimp you if you use it, you know? Let's head on out.